Somebody told us to bring $10,000 cash to buy a condo.
So we did. There was an auction here at Mountain Green in Killington. We found out about it and we were just curious. The only thing we knew was that we had to bring $10,000 cash to be considered as a potential buyer.
So we went to the bank, got $10,000 cash, showed up, and
It was super interesting because we'd never been to an auction before. So it was actually held in the condo. We were feeling a little nervous because we didn't really know anything. We had no information. We tried to play it cool though, because we didn't want to seem nervous like we weren't big players in the investment market.
there were about 15 people there. A lot of them seemed to be realtors and things. And then the auctioneer showed up and started talking.
Yeah, so there was a real auctioneer. We walked around. We saw that the place was nice. We finally got some actual information. The way it was set up was there was a minimum bid that the condo association had to do. And we figured out what the condo association assessment was on top of it. So we basically knew what our starting price was.
So the auctioneer started the bidding. Condo association placed the first bid. The auctioneer asked if anyone
Going
wanted to
once!
bid $1 higher. We said $1 higher.
We were in for $1, and then all the 15 people around the room, nobody else bid. So we got the condo for $1 over the asking price. So we were pretty psyched about that, and we gave our $10,000 cash and hoped it would all work out, signed some paperwork, and the next piece is history. So stay tuned to see what happens next. You're never gonna believe what it turned into. This condo was not supposed to be available. So here's the backstory of how we wound up getting to this auction. So my friend is a realtor and she actually owned this condo with a bunch of friends. And those friends weren't able to all afford the assessments that the condo building was going under. I don't know if it's officially called this, but a graceful foreclosure. They tried to sell it, it didn't sell. So they went to the condo association and said, we're not trying to be jerks, we just simply can't afford this. Can you guys foreclose on it? And so it was a very friendly foreclosure, if there's such a thing. She actually reached out to me, fortunately, and was like, hey, you have to go, you have to check this out. And people call me a lot and they're like, you have to buy this. And I usually ignore them, but this time I actually went. So you'll have to see what we found when we went inside this condo. This is what a $75,001 condo in Killington looks like.
Some pretty tragic furniture.
Very tragic furniture.
A lot of dead flies.
Lots of dead flies. A decent water heater. That was
Water
a
heater
win.
was solid.
That was a win. Reasonable carpet. We were able to keep the carpet in the bedroom.
And good bones for
Good bones.
for building something fun.
Yeah, so Aaron and I had a great time. We went in with a pad of paper and a tape measurer, and we designed the whole thing on the spot. And we have so much experience from running 100 Airbnbs, short-term rentals, that we were able to really apply all of our know-how and things that worked and don't work. So we had a lot of fun. I was like, Aaron, move this couch over here. What if we did this? What if we knocked this wall out here? What if the fireplace goes over there? And I know you had a lot of ideas that turned out to be great as well.
I just came up with the boring stuff about 3 feet here and 4 feet there is going to make it feel spacious and open. And when you combine the ideas and the measurements, you get a Scandibearia.
And Aaron had some great ideas on the lighting. He also had some terrific ideas on like making a nook for skis. He was like, where are people going to put their stuff? And some really, really good ideas that we hadn't tried before, but we basically built in the couches double as real beds. So we wanted a place where people would be comfortable. And Aaron calls it the penalty box. You want to describe the penalty box?
The penalty box is if you're staying in a place and, it sleeps 4, but really 2 of the 4 people get stuck on a floppy air mattress or on a crappy pull-out couch.
That's the penalty.
You want to avoid a penalty box.
Yeah.
Scandibearia skips that entirely.
Yeah, so in our review show it too. They're super psyched about the way we laid it out. We had a lot of fun designing it, had it on a rough piece of paper, and then I put the design elements into a PowerPoint, made some purchases, and these guys started going after it with their hammers and saws.
I think your average person might walk into that blank slate and not really know where to begin.
But we knew exactly what we wanted to build.
We didn't just want to renovate this condo, we wanted to redo the whole feeling of it. And we had just been traveling to Denmark and Norway and absolutely loved our vacation there and loved everything about it. So we wanted to bring that Scandinavian design and feel into our unit. So that's what we did. So Scandinavian design is a very modern design philosophy. Clean lines, warm lighting, perfect feel. So we asked ourselves, what would the perfect 1-bedroom feel like? And that's how Scandibearia was born.
The name is weird, but here's why. We love a good bear name at Killington Mountain Homes, right? What are some of your favorite names that we have so far?
I'd go with Bear Force 1, the Big Lebearski,
Lebearski, yeah.
Bear Necessities.
I have this one, but no one's gone for it yet. Berry Menopause for all the crazy older women out there. No one's picked me up on that one. We've got Berry Jane, also hasn't been picked up on yet.
Barracuda.
Barracuda we still have to do, so stay tuned. We have a whole list of fun bear names that are coming your way soon. For this one, we had just been on a great trip to Norway and Denmark, and we went with the Scandinavian theme. So we were like, what about Scandibearia? So we had the name and we were ready to get started on the building.
But building it was not so easy. So the elevator broke mid-renovation, which meant we had to carry several thousand pounds of flooring up 5 flights of stairs and then take all of the old flooring down 5 flights of stairs. And that was just the beginning. Some of the Mountain Green units, all of the Mountain Green units, have a fireplace that's no longer used. A lot of units have a lot of dead space. So many of the units have dead space that's completely unutilized. We saw the vision and wanted to turn it into a bed, but also a couch so that people can hang out and really enjoy the space more efficiently. Mountain Green as a resort has saunas, but not every unit has their own sauna. We were able to carve out a space in Scandibearia for your own personal sauna. One unique feature about Scandibearia is the high ceilings. Not every unit in Mountain Green has these tall ceilings. That does create some challenges when you're building the ceiling. Building a ceiling like Scandibearia's requires putting up staging in box sections 2 stages tall, putting up a section of ceiling, disassembling the whole tower, moving it over 6 feet, and rebuilding it. We had to do that in 3 separate stages, and we think the finished product is completely worth it. Lighting in these 1980s condos can be a bit tricky. We decided to take a fresh take on the lighting, and we went for an indirect style of lighting that really highlights the high ceilings and open spaces at Scandibearia. So we talked about these new design elements that we incorporated in Scandibearia, but this is what people don't show you.
This is what 5 years of design mistakes have taught us. We have a king-size bed, which we know everyone loves, but it's not just any king-size bed, it's a built-in, so it is literally bomb-proof. You can drive a pickup truck on top of it and it will not break. We got a great, huge, thick, brand new mattress and our normal 600 thread count linens, which are cleaned in our own laundromat. The side tables, you can see we built in the Scandinavian designed headboard, and we built it in so we could do all the electrical work without tearing the walls out. So we pre-planned the electrical work, and you have your own light switch and phone chargers on either side. And here's a special thing, couldn't be Scandinavia without a sauna. So you have your own private sauna to relax in after you're done with your day. More towels, amazing, they've thought of everything. So enjoy Scandinavia, Scandibearia, and all the things that come with it. This is the kitchen that we redid everything. Aaron, you want to talk about it a little bit?
Sure. We started with all new GE appliances. We went with all new cabinets. And then we took out the previous lighting and the previous drop ceiling and went with this wood look, as well as all new LED lighting for the kitchen. So you've got a nice brightly lit spot to do any cooking.
Clean, modern Scandinavian design. What's not to love? And oh, by the way, everything is new. Sorry to be scary with the knives, but all the knives are new and sharp, which is great. All new dishes, all new pots and pans. Everything's ready for you.
Ooh, are you cold?
So cold. Thank goodness there's a new fireplace built into Scandinavia. They took one out and put this one in. So this is pretty cool. Aaron and his team custom built in this whole wall with the huge TV and the custom fireplace. So we built it all in, again, Scandinavian theme with the cool wood and the nice paint colors. And it's all ready for you to come in and relax. This dining table is built so, we have a small space. You can use it multiple ways. We'll let Aaron talk about it a little bit more.
When we were looking to design this table, we wanted something that was flexible for what different groups might like. Some people want to stand up and just have a nice place to rest and drink, but others want to sit down together and have a nice meal at a table for 4. You can choose either one here at Scandibearia.
Awesome. Aaron, walk us through the old fireplace. This is where the old fireplace happened. So Tell us what you did.
There were 4 chimney pipes that used to sit right in here, and the wood burning fireplace used to be in this area. So by removing that, you gain about 5 feet by 8 feet of square footage, which is just the right amount for lovely ski storage and a built-in day bed.
I am the skis. So we have these lovely built-in couches that are so comfortable and about 8,000 pillows to choose from, so you can watch TV from here. Or if you unfortunately have to work, you can work from home, so it's not that bad. You can look out the view, set up your laptop. Check this out, got power right where I need it. So you set, we built in all kinds of thoughtful touches into a very small space to make it truly livable and wonderful for our guests. Okay, so here is the bathroom. You can see we have the cool drop ceiling again. You get your own shampoo, conditioner, body wash, nice glass door. Everything's brand new. It's so pretty. I love the color. And then the doors have this super special design. And bonus here, we have a lovely deck set up high, a couple floors up, with amazing views of the Green Mountains here in Killington, Vermont. Right outside, you can catch the shuttle bus to the slopes, or we have a restaurant, a pool, a gym, a hot tub, and a public sauna, if you choose to use those as well. So come to Scandibearia and check it out. You'll have a great time. So this didn't feel like a rental. It felt like something truly special. But what guests said about it surprised even us. This review changed everything. So it was our very first review, and of course we were super anxious to see what our first guest had to say. So here's what he said. I normally give most places a 5-star review because they match the description, and I'm typically not fussy about where myself and girlfriend stay. But wow, this place was shockingly amazing. Love that. Absolutely spotless clean, a beautiful, modern, tasteful aesthetic, extremely comfortable bed, a sauna to heat up after a long day skiing, brand new cooking equipment, all the spices you might need, and a very nice view. If you're looking for a Killington getaway, this is quite literally the best place I've stayed at. It also seems like it can accommodate more than 2 people quite comfortably with the bed couch hybrids. Overall, couldn't recommend more, and the hosts were very responsive and welcoming. Thank you! That was such an amazing first review. Here's another review we love. I loved how my host managed to get everything you need in a relatively small space without it feeling stuffed. It's cozy and beautiful. Great instructions throughout my stay made it super easy to take care of the place and to check in and out. Free bus to the mountain was right outside, and we had a great weekend skiing. I would recommend this place and the host, and I would definitely stay again. Thank you. We'd love to have you stay again. So here's one more review that we're super excited about. So here's the review from another happy guest. This place was great. Super clean and comfortable. Bright and well designed and well stocked. Loved the sauna, and the beds in the living room area were great. Real mattresses, which my young adult sons appreciated. So convenient to the mountain. Owners were quick to respond and easy to work with. Would stay here again for sure. 5 stars. Thank you. We love those reviews. Keep them coming. Here's our last review. We had a great stay at this Airbnb. It fit our family of 4 perfectly with a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old. The location is great. It's under half a mile walk to Snowshed and a little over half a mile to Ram's Head and a quick shuttle up to K1 Lodge. The kitchen is very well equipped and the Airbnb is adorable. I would definitely recommend it to others. Thank you for another 5-star review. We really appreciate our guests and are so glad you guys love it as much as we do. So one thing we say in our company at Killington Mountain Homes is if you're ever in a bad mood, just walk into Scandibearia. It's so happy and light and sunny and bright that it lifts your mood right away. Not all things at Scandibearia went according to plan or were perfect. So let's talk a little bit next about the behind the scenes fun.
So this is what people don't talk about during a renovation project.
The stuff you find on the walls, New England.
One thing that we did find in the walls here at Scandibearia, we were pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling the end of a broom handle, and on the end of the broom handle was
A murder weapon.
a Sawzall blade. What was that there for?
Fend off the old owners of Mountain Green 45.
When we put staging up to put up this beautiful wood ceiling, we had to build a box section 2 stories high and then move it 3 separate times to get the full sealing effect here. And then we had to redo the whole process in reverse to coat the ceiling with poly to keep it beautiful for years to come.
3 coats.
So Will, quick poll, what's more comfy, this day bed or the chimneys that were here before?
Oh no, I had a good time cutting myself up on those.
I'm gonna go ahead and say day bed.
I agree.
To cap off the fireplace from the units below, we used a steel cover that was already in the unit.
Recycling.
Mostly because we didn't want to carry it up 5 flights of stairs.